Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. It's our NFL Draft Prospect Special. Today we're going to highlight Patrick Quinn, linebacker out of LSU. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner, and joining me, what more can I say? I'm going to say a simple word, royalty, Atlanta Falcons. I got my man, Mr. Jessie Tuggle, who played the positions at a high level. He's going to help me break down Patrick Quinn. Then I got a young man that played in the secondary, high-level royalty, Mr. Bobby Butler. I call him Florida State finest. First-round pick, 1981 draft, 25th pick overall. As we're going to break down Patrick Quinn, linebacker out of LSU. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. We're going to get this party started. So I'm going to start with Mr. Jessie Tuggle. How do you like Patrick Quinn out of LSU, sir?
You know what? I like Patrick. I like him. The biggest thing I like about him more than anything is his awareness, his speed. He's a playmaker. And like everything else, Bobby, there's some things guys got to work on.
Absolutely.
So the thing that I don't like about him, he's really not good in taking on blocks and getting off of blocks. Being a linebacker, you're gonna have to be physical. And then the thing that to me that stand out, he make plays in big games. So to me, the reason he's at where he's at right now because he made plays against Alabama,
yes,
Auburn. He made plays against Texas, Oklahoma, Clemson
in the national championship game.
No doubt about it. So, and he's coming from a school that produced a lot of first-rounders, particularly at linebacker. But if I had to tell him one thing, I said, look, don't take for granted that you're going to have to work at the next level. You need to use your hands more. You need to get your shoulder pads down. You need to attack the line of scrimmage. All that little stuff you take for granted when you're in college, you don't get away with that in the NFL.
Absolutely.
So he has room
Knowledge.
to grow.
Knowledge.
And he also a junior that coming out early, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
by being a junior that coming out early, he don't have that playtime experience, but the potential is there. The athleticism is there. He's a former running back in high school.
I was going to bring that point up.
A former corner, so he haven't had that physical, being physical all his life from the high school days. But if you go out there now, you made it to LSU, you're 15-0, my man. Now, if you get to the NFL, you're about to be there in a few more days, a few more weeks when the draft is there. Now, make your game even better. Don't be content. So he's a good prospect. I think he's going to do well in the NFL, but he's still a little rusty in my perspective as far as attacking blocks, using your hands, all the little stuff coming downhill. And that stuff right there is important at the next level. So what do you think, Bobby?
Well, I agree with you on that 100%. The thing I like about him because of his past experience, he's been a corner, right?
Right.
So what does he do best? He covers.
Yes.
He's great in the passing game, right? He's fast.
Right.
Now, one thing I like about this guy,
Yeah.
now you know how to practice, right? When you're in practice, I see linebacker drills.
Right.
I used to do the bag drills, how y'all go to bags.
Right.
This dude is so good laterally.
Yeah.
I can watch him just move laterally.
Oh, yeah.
I like his movement. And so he's got good footwork. He's good in coverage. He's got to continue to grow. We all did.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
We all did. One thing I like about him, he's a leader.
Yeah.
And when I say leader, I watch him in games. When the offense make a shift, he's always putting the defensive lineman in their shade position.
Right.
He's helping other guys get in position and
Right.
still performing, his duties, right?
Right.
I like that about him. So I see the great leadership potential in his game, right? But he's got to grow. He's got to continue to grow.
Absolutely.
He's got good speed, good foot. Another thing about him, I think as he grow in the run game,
Right.
he's potentially a 3-down player in the NFL.
There's no doubt about it. When I see him as a linebacker, because I look at him almost as a defensive back, a safety playing linebacker, so he can run. But you guys got to understand, when you're playing on a team that's 15-0, and you're part of the LSU team, you're going to have to be able to run just to be a member of that football team. So we all know he can run. Now to get to this next level, like we said, now he need to focus in on being more aggressive with the linemen. Also, Bobby, if he does that, then he's able to improve his passing game even more because that's one of his biggest access that, you saw the pick he had against Alabama that was a game changer. So he's a playmaker.
He's a playmaker.
He's a playmaker. So a lot of teams want that. The NFL has developed into a passing league, and you want somebody, Vincent, that can run, get to the football, and be athletic. Do it without thinking about it. And I think he brings that to the table.
So let me ask you a question, Jesse, real quick. In the NFL, with the evolution of the game, right? We see the passing going in the game, the way they're throwing the ball. We see the tight ends now who are more receivers than the old school tight ends.
Right.
Right? Linebackers. Yeah, are we seeing middle linebackers, size of middle linebackers
Totally
change
different.
now?
Bobby, I think you made a good point there. When I came in the league, it was most of the average size of a middle linebacker was 6'3", 245 pounds.
Right.
And now you're looking at the guys who've been drafted lately. You got like Devin Bush, who came out last year at 5'11", 228 pound
Right,
first
right,
rounder.
exactly.
You got Deion Jones that came out a few years from LSU a few years ago. At 6'1", 228 pounds. I think because the game is progressing so much as far as the passing
game,
you need a guy not only can stop the run, but also who's really good in the passing game. And then you look at Queens, I think Patrick is the type of guy that the NFL is evolving to. You want more of a pass coverage guy than a run stopper. But don't forget, though, you're a middle linebacker. You definitely won't be able, you're going to have to stop the run. But at the same time, Bobby, we got to get the field on third down. When I played, most guys who was a hard-hitting guy coming to the contact, you basically took them out the game on third down, passing down. But now these guys are playing every down. So so it's going to be important for a team that looking at, Patrick Queens to come out there and make an impact on that football team. I think he can do it. And the biggest part about it, he don't have to come in a team and play right now. He can start out on special teams and earn that spot.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, man, it make you appreciate it when you finally become a starter.
Gentlemen, y'all brought up some tremendous information on Patrick Queen. Mr. Tuggle, you brought up, I look at him as a money player, big-time players playing big-time games. He was flawless against Alabama. MVP against Clemson in the national championship game, played his heart out against Oklahoma. That's when, to me, he made his money. But I'm going to leave it with this. To me, he reminds me of this linebacker that came in the league and kind of set the tone back in the, I want to say, late 70s, early 80s, West Coast guy. Brother Butler, you can kind of relate to him, Jerry Robinson, when he came out of UCLA. Then got with the Philadelphia Eagles. Look how the Eagle defense changed, and they went to the Super Bowl in '80. He reminds me of a young Jerry Robinson. That being said, great knowledge today from two legends. If you like the video today, please comment and share it. We're bringing it here on 100 Yards Football. Final word about Mr. Patrick Queen, Mr. Tuggle.
I'm looking forward to see what team take him. I really am. He's going to be a great pick. I think he's a guy that can come in and contribute either on the special teams right now or come in on third down and release some of the bigger middle backers, get him off the field and get him on the field so he can stop the pass.
Final word, Mr. Butler.
I agree with that too, Jesse. Come in and ease his way into it. I pray that he plays for a team. I don't like to see him with a 3-4 team.
Right, me
I like
either.
to see him more with a 4-3 defense than 3-4.
Absolutely.
That way he maybe can get to the field a little sooner.
Right.
Right. And so, but he's going to be a good pro. But here's the thing about going to the pros. You still have to work on your game.
Absolutely.
You still have to get better.
Absolutely.
You got to work. You just getting an invitation to get in the door.
Yep.
You want to stay in the door and play 12 years
Absolutely.
or 15 years
Absolutely.
like we did. And that's going to take you working on your game. So I think he's going to be a good prospect, but he's got to continue to work.
With that being said, we'd like to say thank you today for watching 100 Yards Football as we broke down Patrick Queen and what the two legends did. If you liked the video, please comment and share it. I'm Vincent Turner. Joining me today, the great Mr. Jessie Tuggle, my man, Florida State finest, and he wants to put something out there. He probably going to get mad at me. To all the people that hit me on Facebook this past week, the man himself said Florida State is DBU. I got a lot of grief from the University of Ohio State, the Buckeyes, Alabama, but this man says Florida State is DBU. Have a blessed day and enjoy the weekend here on 100 Yards of Football.